Cancel.
Schweezy.
Okay, next article. Machine Gun Kelly throws shade at other pop punk bands and says his accolades are deserved. I earned that shit. Love him or hate him, the ultimate Slipknot nemesis, Machine Gun Kelly, is no doubt successful. 2020's pop punk reinvention tickets to my downfall with a star-studded affair that still sells a ton of copies each week, relatively speaking, compared to the time before streaming. The mainstream sellout, his words, not ours, is literally the title of his upcoming album, is also one of the biggest names at Lollapalooza later this year. As Machine Gun Kelly recently told Billboard in a cover story this week, he decided that it was the right time to throw shade at other pop punk bands who might be envious of his success, saying, I know it kills certain bands in that community that I got the success that I got, but I earned that shit. I was fucking loaded up the van with our drums and amps in 2010, driving to Indiana and Chicago playing Warped Tour. I can tell you the fucking Wi-Fi codes to venues in Blackfoot, Idaho. Can you say that shit as a band? Of course not. He didn't stop there when discussing videos that have popped up lately of himself failing on guitar while playing live. He also had to say, fuck that, at least mine sounds like how I was feeling that day. And maybe I was feeling angry or I was drunk and I didn't give a fuck. But if I have to be a scapegoat for people's own insecurities, whatever, I'm more punk rock than you are because at least I'm willing to put my ass on the line. Like, hear me as I am today. Machine Gun Kelly managed to say all of these things despite his stints on Vans Warped Tour playing a large part in his current success, apparently believing that all publicity is good publicity. Sure, his upcoming album will probably move a lot of first week copies, but considering that his inclusion on several of 2021's rock and metal lineups wasn't received well, especially by Slipknot fans for obvious reasons, it sure seems like MGK is increasingly choosing to alienate himself from the scene that helped him give him a platform. This is always an interesting topic because I've been listening to, I think it came out Friday, the Friday before, and this is Monday. When I'm recording this, comes out Wednesday. And I've been really enjoying Mainstream Sellout. I think it's a really great album. I think there's 2 Lil Wayne features, and I think his first feature on Drug Dealer Girl is way better than his feature on A. I don't know what. A is kind of, I don't even think that one's as good of a song, but I'm going to say, like, this is probably going to be one of my favorite albums this year. When we get to the final episode of the year, we do my favorite albums of 2022. I think Mainstream Sellout's, like, probably going to make the list. So, a little spoiler alert. This is foreshadowing, as they say. But yeah, I think, when people are saying that MGK's success isn't deserved, I mean, I like his music. I like his last 2 albums. I don't really care for anything before that, but saying that his success isn't deserved, like, he's been around 2010, maybe a little bit earlier than that, around that time, like 2010, and he's been at it ever since, and, like, I didn't hear him. I didn't know who MGK was until the song he did with Camila Cabello. It was like, am I out of my head? Am I out of my mind? I didn't know him until that, and I think that was like a couple years ago. And that's when I finally heard of who he was, and he was in Bird Box and shit like that. So I didn't hear him until then, and if he's been around since 2010, it means he's been working hard since then, regardless of what genre, and people are like, oh, he switched genre after Eminem dissed him. Like, he's probably thinking about doing a pop punk record since he met, like, Travis Barker, so I think people need to calm their tits on that. Here's the thing, too. If you don't like his music, you should probably keep his name, as Will Smith would say, keep his name out of your fucking mouth. So that's a good little lesson for all of you here. If that's a problem. But to say his success isn't deserved, like, it's not like he just started in 2020 and just got his success because, like, he got lucky and started dating Megan Fox or some shit. No, he totally deserves any fame he got. And he's working with Travis Barker. Like, for Travis Barker to be like, I want to work with you too. And, like, this is the second album he's worked with Travis Barker. And if he's going in a situation like that, Travis Barker clearly sees something in him. It's just the idea of saying that. And, he made some, like, dig at Slipknot. He's like, well, I don't wear a fucking stupid mask on stage. They all wear costumes or whatever. He just shows up with his guitar or whatever and plays. It's just kind of annoying. And, he's probably not the greatest guitar player in the world. But I don't think he's trying to be the lead guitarist in his own music, so I think you got to keep that in mind. Someone who I like his music, but I don't know if I like him or not. I haven't heard of him. I have some friends who know him, and they kind of, who are, like, at least knew him a couple years ago, kind of said he was a fucking dumbass. But to say his music in that situation is total bullshit. So, he did earn everything he's getting today. And I don't think in his career that you should be talking. And the more you talk about him, the more popular he's going to get. So maybe you should keep his name in your mouth. So then he's going to get more popular. That's how music works. Hey, you just finished one of the many, many highlights from Cancel Schweezy. We got plenty more on the channel, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you like what you just watched, go ahead and smash that like button as well. Go subscribe for more so we can teach you how to be a better human in our world. So yeah, stay awesome.